The last two.
The end first.
Yeah, so everybody starts on the and of two going into the second full bar. Right?
Also, alma mater is after they. So, okay, sure. Yeah, fine.
Oh, excuse me. Could use a little more sleep this morning. Oh.
Doesn't help to wake up to this weather though.
Oh no,
It
makes
makes
you
it
want to
so
crawl
much
right
harder.
back
You're
under,
like,
doesn't
no,
it?
I don't want to do this.
I got home last night from up here and printed out more music, made sure I had everything, and went to, I got ready to go to sleep, and my wife said, you need to go downstairs and make those damn cupcakes for your daughter's birthday tomorrow. So I figured out how to make cupcakes. So I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning making cupcakes for a big birthday party there. Please.
I don't know if I'd have the ability to make that late. Like I just wouldn't have it in me.
It was mindless. I just freaking got up, put it in, sat there, set a timer in case I went to sleep.
Yeah.
Got up, let them throw them in the freezer or ice box and let them chill off, and then got up early this morning and frosted.
Oh, nice. Do you live close or did you have a long drive?
Erie, it only took about 50 minutes. Not bad. Not too bad.
That could be worse.
Yeah. Last night coming up there was 2 hours.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was an accident or something.
For sure.
Very slow.
I-25 gets so packed up. I live in where I'm from Lafayette, so I've done
Oh, that's where you are. I'm in
yeah.
Erie. So you know that's where you live?
Yeah, that's where I grew up. I'm here from school, but
Lafayette.
so that drive, it can either be fine or really terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have lived
So
here.
did you grow up in Lafayette? Awesome.
Yeah.
We love it here a lot. When we bought the house, we were buying we bought right across the Boulder border there, thinking, well, county taxes are cheaper, and we thought we had, with the view and everything we had, I thought, God, this is golden. And now they're fracking in my damn backyard.
We haven't spent much time up here.
Last night while the cupcakes were going, I took my dog out on a walk, and it was raining a little bit. It was drizzly, but I mean, this big was literally about as the crow flies, maybe a quarter mile from my house, a little less. And man, the light, it looked like daylight. It was so bright outside and loud. Oh man, I filed complaints over there. Nothing happens. We just voted in some new trustees for the city that are anti-oil and gas. So hopefully some things changed around there. They had this medical company that agreed to run some reduced price tests.
They did just throw
families and kids and this is the second one they put in the last year and a half. It's been constant. And I mean the odors get really bad occasionally, and the noise sucks, the light sucks. And so all these kids are getting tested. I haven't really money into the testing now. I'm going to find out that they got highly elevated levels of benzene from these. It's the only thing it can be. And the welder saying it's not from them, so they're trying to contest it. So we're trying to get a big class action lawsuit. But the problem is, these people have so much damn money, but they'll just keep kicking it down the road, getting advances and delays in court. It'll take years, and then they'll be done fracking.
Yeah.
I still want to make them pay no matter what it takes.
Yeah.
I'm worked in fix anybody's problem and make it worse for everybody.
True. Hey Max, when do we start?
Make me feel better this way.
When do we start?
Yeah.
Hour.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna queue us. If they don't, it's probably after like.
let's just start right on A, or B, yeah, A. Okay, yep. Got it. We got guys. 2.
Good morning. Will the audience please stand for again, for the Wing Walker ROTC group to post the colors and our national anthem to be performed by CVMBS alum Ms. Delaney Leffel and accompanied by the CSU Brass Ensemble.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning and welcome, everyone. My name is Mark Stetter, and I have the honor and privilege of being the Dean for the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. And on behalf of Colorado State University, I want to welcome you here to this wonderful, wonderful event. Please join me in thanking the CSU Brass Ensemble, our soloist, Ms. Delaney Leffel, a recent neuroscience graduate from our college who's also quite an accomplished vocalist, Kristen Brown, and the other staff and faculty that have worked so hard to make today's event happen. Today we celebrate and we recognize the accomplishments of these wonderful graduates. And accomplishments of this magnitude cannot be celebrated alone, and so we share this event with our families, our friends, our faculty that have helped make today possible. And we're so pleased that all of you have traveled the many miles and making the time to come celebrate with us today. I'm going to start with some key introductions of those that are on the platform committee. I'm going to ask each member, as their name is called, to stand and remain standing until everybody has been recognized, and then I'm going to ask the audience to hold off on your applause until everybody is standing. Ms. Lynn Johnson is Vice President for CSU and Chief Financial Officer. Dr. Pat Burns is Vice President of Information Technology and Dean of Libraries. U.S. Colonel Retired Peter Bly. Dr. Colin Clay, Professor and Head of Biomedical Sciences. Dr. Jack Nikoloff is Professor and Head of Environmental and Radiological Health Sciences. Dr. Greg Dean is Professor and Head of Microbiology, Immunology, and Pathology. Dr. Carol Seeger is Professor and Director of Molecular, Cellular, and Integrative Neuroscience Program. Dr. Judy Heiderscheid is Assistant Professor and Director of our Environmental Health Undergraduate Program. Dr. Erica Suchman, Professor and Associate Head of Microbiology, Immunology, and Pathology. Dr. Phil Quirk, Assistant Professor and Director of our Undergraduate Neuroscience Program. Dr. C.W. Miller, Professor and Associate Head of Biomedical Sciences. Please join me in recognizing this great platform committee. I'm going to ask Dr. Miller to stand up for a moment. Kind of going off our routine script here, Dr. Miller. As our students know, but just to make sure everybody in the audience knows and recognizes that Dr. Miller is retiring after 47 years with the university as professor. He has presented over 4,500 lectures, taught 15 different classes, and written well over 1,000 reference letters for our students as they head off to do wonderful things. He has served as the Associate Department Head in Biomedical Sciences since the undergraduate program was created 12 years ago, and I can say on behalf of all of us that we are going to miss your smiling face up on the stage at our next commencement. Thank you, Dr. Miller. At this time, I'd also like to introduce our honored faculty mentor this term, who has been chosen by the graduating class of microbiology students as a person who's particularly been significant in the student experience. And this year, we'd like to honor Dr. Erica Suchman. I have a couple quotes from the nomination. Dr. Suchman expresses genuine interest in all of her students. She is not only a phenomenal instructor, but also a fellow academic comrade and friend. She's always willing to sit and talk with the students about classes, about career advice, about personal life issues. She's very knowledgeable, compassionate, and really cares about all of her students. Dr. Suchman, I'd like to add this to the many awards that you often wear around your neck. It is now my pleasure to introduce Rachel Mason, a graduate in biomedical science who has been selected by her peers and the student council to make today's commencement address. Rachel?
Hi there, my name is Rachel Mason, and I am beyond excited to graduate from the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences today, alongside all of my peers in biomedical sciences, environmental health, microbiology, and neuroscience. In our time together today, I'd like to focus on a quote we've all walked by hundreds, if not thousands, of times. It's on a sculpture by the microbiology building, and it reads, "If I have seen farther than others, it was because I stood on the shoulders of giants." I don't think a quote like that rings truer than on a day like today. If we have seen, or we will see, farther than others, it is because we have been lucky enough to attend here and to stand on the shoulders of our amazing faculty, our wonderful advisors, the shoulders of our friends, and the shoulders of our family, whether biological or handpicked. To these people who have supported us along the way, we all owe an enormous debt and an even bigger thank you. Thank you. CVMBS graduates, we also stand on the shoulders of every RAM and every scientist that has come before us. As we prepare to walk across the stage today, I ask, who will stand on your shoulders, and for what reason? What can you do to be a giant in someone's life the way that they have been a giant in yours? What can you do to impact someone in a positive way and to encourage them to be better and to move forward? As scientists and graduates of our small college, we know that even small things have a large impact, whether that's protein misfolding, a microorganism, the way DNA is packaged, washing your hands, how you sit in a chair, a smile from a stranger, or getting an organic chemistry synthesis problem right for the first time. That honestly feels like a miracle. Whatever you choose to do, CVMBS graduates, medical school, veterinary school, biotechnology, research, teaching, public health, ergonomics, the list goes on and on and on. Whatever you dream up, pursue it with a stalwart passion and with the idea of moving the world towards being a better place, because that is ultimately what makes you giant. And it's no secret that behind every giant is the goal of helping animals, people, and the planet. We're almost alumni now, so gone are the days of literally living in the microbuilding and pretending not to pant at the top of the stairs in Yates. That wasn't just me, right? And here come the days of singing the fight song and the alma mater. Congratulations, CVMBS graduates. Let's not forget to thank the giants in our lives today. Best of luck with your future endeavors, and thank you. I can't wait to see what our class does for the world.
Thank you, Rachel. And I know there's some proud parents out there, one of them being her dad, Dr. Gary, who's one of our professors in the college, too. We're very proud today to be celebrating with our graduates as they transition from the university to the real world. You will see we have a very, very impressive graduating class. We have students from all over the country, from Alaska, from Hawaii, Texas, Florida, every place in between, international students, including from as far away as Kazakhstan, and of course, a huge number of students from right here in Colorado. More than a quarter of our students graduating today are first-generation students, which means that they are the first members of the family to attend a university. And we believe this is a critical part of our land-grant mission to provide access to education and ensure that our community has the opportunity for a college education. The success of our first-generation students in our college and at a university is a particular point of pride. Thank you. Retired Colonel Peter Bly joins us today to recognize and honor a graduate who will be commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army. Colonel Bly, will you please rise? Environmental health graduate Kaylee Yarborough, please rise. I'd like to ask all members in the audience that have formerly or currently served in any of our armed forces, please rise and be recognized. Thank you all for your incredible service to our great country, and congratulations, Kayla, and thank you, Colonel. It is a special treat to recognize students who are graduating with distinctions and with honors. For students being honored, I'm going to ask you to stand and remain standing until all of your colleagues in that category have been called. And I'm going to ask the audience to please hold off on your applause till all those recognized are standing. Let me start with students graduating with the highest distinction based upon their cumulative GPA. Summa cum laude graduates are in the top 1% of their class. Magna cum laude graduates are in the next 3% of the class, and cum laude graduates are in the next 6%, and these graduates may be wearing gold regalia. Will Cody Arman, Shakota Dilley, Stephanie Mills, Teresa Papich, Catherine Veazey, these are all graduating summa cum laude. Will Amelia Chu, DJ Cooley, Savannah Crowdis, Jessica Gavert, Lindsay Hunt, Zane Chaddock, Sarah Lee, Hannah Manning, Katie Nikolich, Paige Peterson, Maddie Zink, they are all graduating magna cum laude. Maria Brock, Mackenzie Isabel, Josh Kaplan, Danielle Kruger, Bailey Kuchenmeister, Mackenzie Smith, Emily Topham, Tori Weingarten are graduating cum laude. Congratulations to you all. Candidates graduating as honor scholars must complete the honors programs, write a thesis, and maintain a GPA of 3.5 or above. These students may be wearing green regalia. I'm going to ask all the students that are in that category to please rise and be recognized, and you will be individually recognized as you come and get your diploma. Please stand. Congratulations. The college is particularly proud when recognizing outstanding students from each degree program. During each term, the graduates are evaluated by faculty members in their unit granting that degree, and through their achievement and promise, a level of outstanding graduate for one program is identified. This is an honor of the highest order and one that may not be bestowed in each term. I will ask that Professor Miller, Heiderscheit, Suchman, and Quirk please come forward to represent the awards. Stephanie Mills, Emily Kunis, Jessica Gavert, and DJ Cooley, please come forward as escorted by the marshal.
So Stephanie, when did you rest and sleep? And Stephanie, be thinking about a couple of words of advice I want you to give the young people in the audience so they can do similar good things that you have done during 4 years. Stephanie not only had a 4.0 with many, many A pluses, but I don't believe I ever have seen anyone who has done so much for others and accomplished so much in such a short period of time. And to Stephanie, I'm sure it doesn't seem like 4 years, probably a couple of months. She was an undergraduate research assistant in the laboratory of Dr. Rushika Pereira. Dr. Pereira, could you just wave to everybody? So Dr. Pereira is a virologist in microbiology and immunology and pathology, studying infectious diseases, dengue viruses for one. Stephanie made over 10 presentations locally and nationally on her work in that lab. She will soon have 2 publications. One, a first author one, is a review article, and the second, a first author publication on her work with dengue. Her mentor, Dr. Pereira, writes, "She is that student you wish you could keep forever. She is hardworking, talented, has a very good technical skills, and is extremely intelligent, with critical thinking skills similar to a senior PhD student. She is way ahead of her times." Dr. Pereira goes on to talk about what a great communicator you were, Stephanie, and some 10-year-old student was in the lab one day, and you were seen by Dr. Pereira talking about cell cultures and sterile technique, and I guess that kid, I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, was just in awe of what you were telling them and getting down to their level. Dr. Pereira compliments you on being a sophisticated writer. She informed me that you had a great opportunity to work in an NIH post-bac laboratory in Montana, and I assume you've taken that position. Good for you, and for the summer and beyond. And there she'll work on the Zika virus and how it affects the brain. Stephanie volunteered in our anatomy outreach programs where students such as Stephanie make presentations to K through 12 students on anatomy and physiology in relationship to health and disease, but mostly health, hopefully. She volunteered until recently for First Lego League. She had done that in high school and continued on into college. She was one of the highly sought-after anatomy camp counselors, and you were selected last year. She volunteered over 200 hours at local hospitals and was a camp counselor for a muscular dystrophy summer camp. She was the VP of the Microbiology Student Association, where she minored. She was a resident assistant for a resident hall. That's not an easy job, as everybody knows. VP of a wiring and pneumatics robotics team from design to competition. One of the leaders of the anatomy camp. Dr. Carolyn Meyer, who's in the audience too. Carolyn, could you wave, please? Thank you, Carolyn. Stephanie brings excellence and enthusiasm to everything that she does. She is at the top of her class, but humble enough to stop and help any fellow classmate. She got the campers excited about anatomy. Our faculty have positive interactions with Stephanie, who has a positive attitude and a big smile on her face, always. You absolutely do. So, Stephanie, what are a couple of words of advice that you would give the young people in the audience?
Have fun.
Okay, that works. So you guys that are going to go to college in the future, have fun, and you'll make a mark on the world just like Stephanie has. So, Stephanie, you have made the most of your 4 years of college here, and we're proud to have you in BMS, and we're also proud as a faculty to recognize you as our outstanding senior for spring 2018.
Emily asked me the other day if I was going to be at graduation. It was all I could do to not go, yes, and I'll be giving you an award. So the faculty vote for our outstanding environment. Come stand closer to me. Okay. For our outstanding environmental health grad. And we are looking for students who not only excel academically, which she has, but also who contribute to our program, to the university, and to the environmental health profession, as well as demonstrate initiative and integrity. So I am delighted to share some of her accomplishments since she's been at Colorado State. So she is actually a double major in environmental health and biomedical sciences. So Dr. Miller got 2 outstanding grads this year, so that, which is great for your last semester, right? She has been a teaching assistant for human anatomy, biochemistry, and introductory environmental health classes. She has worked 35 plus hours a week while maintaining a high GPA and also takes about 17 to 20 credits per semester. She's in the university honors program, and she did this amazing honors thesis project where she developed this activity booklet for children. What were the ages for? 7 to 10. Age 7 to 10. It's just a really delightful book. I got to see her presentation, and then she did a poster about it and presented that. She has also been a resident assistant for 3 years, vice president of leadership development for the Residence Hall Association. She's done at least 2 alternative spring breaks. Three alternative spring breaks. She's worked with the Lakota tribe in the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota doing healthy living and sustainability. She's been in Archer's Post, Kenya, doing water quality projects and constructed huts in am I saying this right? Samburu? Okay, then she also did some internships. She was with the Tanana Chiefs Conference Office of Environmental Health, which is in Alaska, and she worked with remote villages on water, wastewater, air quality, and healthy homes. Then she did an internship in the city of Fort Collins and their Safety, Security, and Risk Office and did occupational health for the workers. And she has recently been accepted to Brown University's Master of Public Health and is given a scholarship in public health, which is not surprising given what she has done. However, she is not going to go right away. She is going to Disney. She is going to be at Walt Disney World at Epcot and going to do occupational safety for them. So it's going to be between June and January, right? So I got to thinking, which character from Disney does Emily most remind me of? And my first thought was Rapunzel, because she has the most fabulous hair, but that's not a good one. So then I thought, well, maybe Cinderella, because, you know, Cinderella had all that stuff she did, and she had this great attitude, which Emily does. Dr. Magsamen, because I asked around, Dr. Magsamen thought you should be Belle, because this is what she said: Emily sees the possibilities in a world filled with safety hazards and danger for a better place for us all. Then I decided I think when she's at Disney, they should develop an entirely new character and model it after Emily. So Emily, congratulations. You go, girl.
All right. Each year, the faculty of the Department of Microbiology, Immunology, and Pathology choose an outstanding graduating senior. This is the student that the faculty feel has left the greatest mark on the department through service, participation, academics, or encouraging camaraderie. This is always a difficult decision, and this semester was no exception. The faculty who nominated Jessica Gavert, I'm sorry if I'm slaughtering your last name, mentioned her enthusiasm for the subject of microbiology, outstanding attitude, and incredible work ethic. Jessica has maintained a 3.93 GPA while serving as a leader and mentor in a variety of capacities and inspiring those around her to use science and microbiology as a platform to affect change locally and globally. Jessica has served in many leadership roles on campus, but is most recognized as the president of the Microbiology Student Association, a student mentor, and an ambassador for the microbiology department. She's a go-to member of the department. Megan Kosofsky, Microbiology Student Association mentor, says that she consistently exhibits maturity, professionalism, and an eagerness to embrace new experiences. Her enthusiasm is unmatched, and she is truly an inspiration to new and continuing students. She demonstrates an openness to new ideas and challenges not found among many undergraduates. Her work is professional, her ideas well thought out, and her presence in the department is both uplifting and inspiring. Jessica is also an honor student and completed her honors thesis work on identifying synthetic antibody mimetics for Mycobacterium tuberculosis antigens in the laboratory of Dr. Karen Dobos, who says the following: I remember meeting Jessica because she was so excited about working as an undergraduate researcher. I honestly didn't have a project for a new student at the time, but her positive energy and perseverance compelled me to just say yes. She learned quickly, became a leader and a role model to the other students in the lab. Sorry, I get all emotional. Her work has garnished several academic awards at the Celebrate Undergraduate Research and Creativity Symposium, and we anticipate publishing the work of Jessica as a first author or co-author. She is very deserving of this honor. As you can see, Jessica is truly dedicated to making positive impact on the world through science. After graduation, she will pursue a PhD at St. Jude Research Hospital. Please join me in recognizing this outstanding student.
It is my distinct pleasure to recognize Deja Cooley as our neuroscience outstanding senior. Yeah, I said your name right. That's awesome, right? The undergraduate neuroscience program is new at CSU. Today's graduates comprise our first class who matriculated in 2014. Taking a chance on a brand new major requires the willingness to venture into the unknown and to be comfortable with uncertainty. More often than not, students entering the scientific discipline do so because they are pursuing objective facts about how the world works. And it's only after a few years that they arrive at the conclusion that science is better at generating questions than providing definitive conclusions. Thus, using science as an epistemology requires a relatively sophisticated intellect. Deja possessed that coming into the program, and her thirst for knowledge and the depth of her intellect continued to increase as she got further into the program. It's an objective fact that the neuroscience major at CSU is academically rigorous, requiring significant amounts of math, chemistry, physics, and the like, subjects that make many students squirm. Deja made short order of those courses and will graduate with a GPA of 3.99. And and I have no doubt whatsoever that those 2 A- that she received during that time still weigh heavily upon her. While Deja's academic record is impressive, what makes her stand out is that she mastered those fundamental science courses while also completing a degree in psychology. Deja wanted to complement her foundational knowledge of how the nervous system works with a deeper understanding of how it interacts with the subjective elements of mind and inputs from the environment to gain a deeper understanding of the biological basis of behavior. This was exemplified in her senior thesis. Deja is also an honors student. In neuroscience, you have to do a thesis as well, where she examined the biological effects of racial discrimination on stress hormones and behavior. Dr. Ernest Chavez, Professor Emeritus of Psychology, who served as Deja's thesis mentor and describes her as a truly remarkable student, says, Deja wanted her thesis to do more than just meet the basic requirements. She needed it to be more meaningful, addressing not only scientific issues, but also conveying insights into issues of social justice. Dr. Chavez notes that Deja was doing this research about the time that the violent white supremacist rallies were occurring in Charlottesville last summer, and that experience helped crystallize for her the importance of reporting the effects of prejudicial behavior on neuroendocrine stress responses and how that impacts public health. These are important and complicated issues. To continue digging into these difficult questions, we need powerful minds involved in the research. Dr. Matt Rhodes, the professor for Deja's senior seminar in psychology, is confident that she has the intellect to lead the charge. He states that Deja has tremendous intellect and is capable of understanding, distilling, and explaining the most complex constructs. Combined with her exceptional work ethic and voracious appetite for knowledge, I would regard her as one of the best students I have worked with in my 12 years at CSU. He goes on to say, on top of all that, Deja is kind, cheerful, and has the unique quality of making everyone around her better. I cannot think of a better student for this award. And I would concur with Dr. Rhodes, as I was Deja's instructor for her neuroscience senior seminar. In my class, Deja was knowledgeable, thorough, and competent in her own presentations, but importantly, she exhibited leadership skills by consistently offering insightful and supportive critiques to her colleagues and helping her friends in the cell molecular concentration understand that humans are more than just a bag of molecules. From all this, it is clear that Deja is an intellectual powerhouse. But in this college, all the graduates are smart. What makes Deja outstanding is that she also puts tremendous effort into bettering her community and serving the campus. In addition to her stellar academic performance, Deja was also president of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. She was active in the Black Student Alliance and the United Women of Color, and last winter traveled to Ghana, Africa to conduct community service and provide experiential learning opportunities there. As a university honors scholar, Deja helped mentor new honors students to ensure they would integrate into the campus community and become successful. Dr. Judy Bryant, Deja's supervisor in the honors program, says, I personally loved working with Deja as she brought energy and openness to her position. She truly cared about helping her students flourish at CSU, and she was open to experiences that stretched her and clarified her goals. I enjoyed every conversation that we had over the last 3 years and wish her the very best in any future endeavor. Dr. Bryant further notes that on peer evaluations, Deja's students gave her a score of 98.5 out of 100, with comments like knowledgeable and helpful in all scenarios and friendly regardless of the situation. She made class fun while still delivering the important information. She created an open and inviting environment that educated me on many topics. Clearly, Deja has had an impact on those she's leaving behind today. Deja, I've sincerely enjoyed being your colleague over the past few years. Our campus, our program, and community are better for having you here. And on behalf of the neuroscience program, I congratulate you for your many accomplishments.
Thank you.
Wow. These are always impressive and make me feel very inadequate. Thank you, professors, and congratulations to each of you, Stephanie, Emily, Jessica, Deja, for your outstanding work, and we look forward to seeing the many wonderful things you'll do in the years ahead. Ms. Johnson, it is my pleasure to confirm that each of these students has completed the degree requirements for their program of study and have been recommended by the faculty members in that discipline to receive their academic degree.
Thank you, Dean Stetter. Good morning, graduates, family, friends, and guests. Not too long ago, and for many of you, it probably feels like it was just yesterday, you gathered in to Moby Arena with your future classmates for convocation and were welcomed in and embraced by the university as our newest members of the RAM family. Convocation, arguably the most important and transformational event that we have here on campus every year, until, of course, we arrive here today at graduation. During convocation, Dr. Frank noted the following, which applies to you today, but in very different ways. So I ask that you think about how these words hit you when you were sitting in convocation compared to how they feel today. This is a big day, part of a week of change and transition, not only for you, but also for your family, friends, and loved ones. You've arrived here today with a mixture of emotions, probably some relief, some trepidation and fear, and plenty of excitement about what lies ahead. We need your help. We've done our best. We've gotten some things right, but we have problems we can't solve alone. But be a part of the next set of solutions. We need your energy and your commitment. Trust in your ideas, your passion, and your hope. Trust in you, despite the fact that you do not always think, talk, or even look like those who are directly around you. Trust in you. As the newest members of our CSU alumni, almost, and community of innovation leaders, innovators, leaders, and problem solvers. Go Rams. Well, this is the moment you've all worked for and have been waiting for. I would ask that you please stand. Graduates. By the authority that is vested in me by the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, obligations, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Guests, family, members, colleagues, please join me in congratulating these graduates on this significant achievement. Thank you, graduates. You can now be seated.
Thank you, Lynn. Will our commencement marshals, Chase Weldon and Kristen Brown, please escort the graduates to the platform. Dr. Sandy Quackenbush, our Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs, will read each graduate's name as they're honored and receive their degree.
Congratulations will be offered by Dean Mark Stetter, Vice Presidents Johnson and Burns, Colonel Bly, and college and university officials. Okay, so Stephanie Ann Mills of Colorado Springs worked in the microbiology lab for Professor Dr. Pereira in her research lab. She completed a fellowship with the American Society for Microbiology. She rock climbed with friends, and Stephanie, as we've heard already today, will be pursuing a National Institute of Health fellowship before applying to medical school. So she'll be off to Hamilton, Montana in short order. So Kristen Picorni of Arvada volunteered at the Medical Center of the Rockies, career shadowed at local coroner's offices, and was a teaching assistant in microbiology and human anatomy labs. Kristen will work in the medical field before applying to medical schools. Rachel Mason of Fort Collins served as a presidential ambassador and admissions ambassador. She worked in the biomedical sciences lab of Dr. Graham and studied abroad in Zambia. Rachel will work in the medical field while applying to medical school. Lindsay Hunt of Fort Collins enjoyed learning anatomy, performing research on Parkinson's disease, and completing a second major in history. Lindsay hopes to continue learning about these two passions while becoming a physician. Julia Yvette Andreta of Denver volunteered at Poudre Valley Hospital, mentored elementary school students, and studied abroad in Spain. She was the first in her family to attend and graduate from college. Julia will apply to physician assistant programs. Michelle Fenstra of Lexington, Massachusetts, participated in CSU women's lacrosse, was the captain her senior year. She studied abroad in Australia and was a research assistant in Sweden. Michelle will work in a cancer research lab at Harvard before heading to pharmacy school. Daniel James Kruger of Highlands Ranch worked in a biochemistry research lab. He volunteered at the Medical Center of the Rockies. He traveled to Costa Rica and climbed his first 14er, Mount Democrat. Daniel plans to attend medical school or physician assistant school. Dylan Scott Schweitzer of Highlands Ranch volunteered with the Banner Fort Collins Medical Center Welcome Desk. He worked at the CSU Housing and Dining Technology and became a certified nursing assistant. Dylan will work and apply to physician assistant programs. Madison Lynn Hay of Rapid City, South Dakota made lasting memories while studying abroad in Italy. She participated in multiple intramural sports and worked for CSU's orientation and transition programs. Madison will pursue a career in healthcare. Parker Lewis of Larkspur, Colorado, volunteered as a medic in Zambia. He worked in a neuroscience lab and successfully hid his cat from his landlord. Parker will attend medical school at Rocky Vista University to become an ER physician and work in disadvantaged countries. Emily Janine Macias of Folsom, California, worked as an orientation leader, received her pharmacy technician certification, was an active member of the Alpha Delta Chi sorority, and hiked the Colorado Trail. Emily will be working as a research assistant on a diabetes clinical trial at Colorado University Anschutz Medical Campus. Brittany Page Peterson of Johnstown volunteered with Little Shop of Physics and the Brain Awareness Week. She visited Haiti with her husband each year to deliver supplies and volunteer at a clinic run by her family. Page will apply to medical schools this summer. Teresa Ann Papich of Denver was president of Delta Alpha Pi Honor Society, served as a presidential ambassador, and was involved with the Biomedical Student Association. Teresa plans to explore graduate and professional school options. Shannon Shear of Thornton worked at CSU's Veterinary Teaching Hospital before beginning a career in human medicine. Shannon will spend the next year planning her wedding, learning more about the medical field, and applying to physician assistant programs. Sabrina Litzelman of Hotchkiss, Colorado, was involved with Delta 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 sorority and taught fellow students calculus and domestic animal gross anatomy. Sabrina plans on earning a master's degree in assisted reproductive technology and then pursuing veterinary medicine. Hannah Michelle Manning of Fort Collins worked and volunteered for the Women and Gender Advocacy Center. She fronted the cover band, Hannah and the Bandanas, and is incredibly thankful for the support of her friends and family. Hannah plans to become a physician assistant. Amanda Burton of Aurora completed a rehabilitation internship, volunteered with education programs, and carried the emergency on-call phone for the Rocky Mountain Raptor program. Amanda plans to work in wildlife rehabilitation. Abigail Melvin of Kalamazoo, Michigan, interned at a dairy goat farm, volunteered at the Fort Collins Cat Rescue, and advocated for students with disabilities through Delta Alpha Pi Honor Society. Abigail will study veterinary medicine at the Royal Veterinary College in London. Tiffany Lynn Sheehy of Eagle was involved with the Biomedical Student Association and enjoyed participating in intramural sports and attending athletic events. Tiffany will attend school for diagnostic medical sonography and echocardiology and hopes to one day work as a pediatric echocardiologist. Rachel Sinclair of Colorado Springs found a family away from home, conquered many fears, climbed her first and last 14er, and learned how to follow her dreams instead of her expectations. Rachel plans to become a high school science teacher. Nicholas James Grindy of Loveland worked full-time at Starbucks and as a caregiver with Bright Star Care. He enjoyed rock climbing, acquired his first dog, and got engaged. Nicholas plans to pursue a career in medical sales. Tara Gabrielle Kasanik, of Castle Rock persevered through college, formed a flock of lifelong friends, and watched every episode of Friends and The Office. Tara plans to enjoy a year off and then apply to physician programs. Physician assistant. Bailey Meyer Kuchenmaster of Netherlands volunteered at Banner Fort Collins Medical Center, served as the philanthropy chairwoman for Gamma Phi Beta sorority, and ran her first half marathon. Bailey will take a year off before applying to medical school. Tyler Peache was a base camp teacher, a member of Gamma Phi Beta, was the vice president of the Panhellenic of Risk Management organization, was a child advocate in Alaska, and a campus connection mentor coach. Tyler will continue her professional education after taking a year off to discover her true passions. Kiara Flores of Westminster served as a group fitness instructor, participated in cancer therapeutic research, volunteered at the Medical Center of the Rockies, and researched in Todos Santos, Mexico. Kiara will attend Drexel College of Medicine and plans to become a neurosurgeon. Molly Scarborough of Golden, Colorado was a member of Kappa Delta sorority, worked as a certified nursing assistant, studied abroad in Spain, and served as a mentor and mentor coach in Campus Connections. Molly will attend medical school and pursue a career as a physician. Michaela Wynn of Denver was a member of Alpha Phi Gamma sorority, worked as a resident assistant, and volunteered with UC Health. Michaela plans to take time to travel before attending graduate school and working in the healthcare administration. Taylor Cohen of St. Louis enjoyed horseback riding, was a member of the Kappa Delta sorority, volunteered at the CSU Veterinary Teaching Hospital, completed an internship in South Africa, and studied abroad in Scotland. Taylor will complete a master's degree program prior to veterinary school. Joseph David Giuliano of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, interned at Parker Center Animal Clinic, was secretary of Mortar Board, formed strong family and friend relationships here at CSU. Joseph will enter either a doctorate of veterinary medicine or a master's in the immunology and microbiology degree program. Ashley Elizabeth Lauk of Fort Morgan was a ram handler, worked as a veterinary assistant at an animal care hospital and Fort Morgan Vet Clinic, and worked as a waitress. Ashley will attend Colorado State's veterinary medicine program this fall. Savannah Cat Crowdis of Gulf Breeze, Florida, was involved with ASCSU student government, researched in the clinical sciences program, interned each summer with rabies surveillance, and worked at a local veterinary clinic. Savannah will attend CSU's veterinary medicine program in the fall. Sarah Lee of Aurora worked and learned a lot in the anesthesia department at the veterinary teaching hospital and met great friends and professors each semester. She looks forward to continuing that experience when she attends CSU's veterinary medicine program in the fall. Tori Rose Weingarten of Fort Morgan participated in research, was a member of the CSU Symphony Orchestra, volunteered at Poudre Valley Hospital, and climbed a 14er. Tori plans to take a gap year to travel before applying to medical school. Catherine Veazey of Colorado Springs taught anatomy to students, participated in anatomy outreach, volunteered at the El Paso County Coroner's Office, and participated in live action role play. Catherine will complete a master's and then pursue a doctoral program in clinical anatomy. Amanda Pearson of Trabuco Canyon, California, worked at Biomark and rode at the Four Winds Equestrian Center. Amanda plans to continue her work in the biopharmaceutical industry, producing vaccines for high containment diseases. Madeline Draper of Colorado Springs worked as a research assistant on campus and as a chemistry tutor. Represented the college in student government and volunteered with hospice, RAM handlers, and in the full NICU. Madeline will pursue a master's degree in assisted reproduction and embryology. Maria Brock of Centennial worked as a research assistant in microbiology professor Dr. Borley's lab. She interned for Mobile Veterinary Services and participated in CSU's President's Leadership Program. Maria will attend Colorado State University's veterinary school this fall. Brady Wilcox of Monument, Colorado was president of the Student Health Advisory Council, worked at Poudre Valley Hospital and other healthcare organizations, and she served as a resident assistant at CSU. Brady will explore the world and is applying to medical school. Catherine E. Nikolic of Sandpoint, Idaho, was involved with Alpha Delta Chi sorority, volunteered with health professions, studied abroad at Oxford University, and ran her first 2 half marathons. Catherine will take time off before applying to medical school. Emily Norvold Topham of Longmont worked as a resident assistant for 2 years, studied abroad in Spain, and volunteered at the Medical Center of the Rockies. Emily will work in the medical field before applying to physician assistant programs. Michael D. Stein of Valley Center, California, conducted research at CSU's Animal Reproduction and Biotechnology Lab. He was an EMT reserve with Poudre Valley Hospital and facilitated BMS outreach in Todos Santos, Mexico. Michael aspires to be an anesthesiologist and is applying to medical school. Madison Zenk of Greeley volunteered in a pediatric ward in Uganda, worked as a caregiver for a man with ALS for 2 years, and was president of RAM Catholic. Madison will be attending Creighton School of Medicine in the fall. Nadia Fedorik of Colorado Springs studied abroad in Spain, did mission work with Syrian refugees in Germany, and enjoyed skiing and exploring the mountains. After graduation, Nadia will work as a missionary before pursuing professional school. Charlene Davis of Fairbanks, Alaska, studied abroad in Limerick, Ireland, traveled throughout Central Europe, took up kickboxing, and volunteered with Be Bold Adaptive Boxing for Amputees and the Disabled. Charlene will attend Barry University's Histotechnology program this fall in Miami, Florida. Emily Dingman of Colorado Springs participated in the CSU Triathlon Club, including 3 collegiate nationals, overcame her fear of mountain biking, and hiked Pikes Peak in one day. Emily will work as a certified nursing assistant and then attend a physician assistant program. Mackenzie Page Isbell of Colorado Springs was president of the Biomedical Student Association, worked as an undergraduate teaching assistant, and improved her cooking skills along the way. Mackenzie will work in a research facility before applying to medical school. Cody Mark Arman of Windsor researched in microbiology professor Brendan Podell's lab, was involved with the Biomedical Student Association, and served as a teaching assistant for human gross anatomy. Cody starts medical school this fall at the University of Pittsburgh. Margaret Mackenzie Brock of Denver worked as a medical assistant at Centennial High School, as a resident assistant, and as a research assistant in psychology professor Dr. Rhodes' memory and metacognition lab. Margaret will pursue graduate studies in clinical psychology. Zachary J. Buxo of Highlands Ranch was a teaching assistant for human gross anatomy, served as a board member for the BY Foundation, and worked as a medical scribe. Zach will take a year off to apply to medical school. India Walden of Colorado Springs researched with biochemistry professor Dr. Safidi Chamberlain, worked at La Luna Dairy Farm, and volunteered at the CSU Veterinary Teaching Hospital and Rocky Mountain Raptor program. India will pursue doctorates in veterinary medicine and microbiology. Madison Marie Callahan of Colorado Springs studied abroad in Buenos Aires, interned at the Geller Center for Spiritual Development, and worked as a certified nursing assistant for elderly and disabled people. Madison will take a year off before applying to physician assistant programs. Aaron Pfeiffer of Salt Lake City worked on campus as a resident assistant and community desk manager. Participated on the climbing team, competed in nationals earlier this year. Aaron will attend pharmacy technician school before applying for pharmacy school. Anna Miller of Aurora participated in the leadership team for CSU Navigators, served as a resident assistant for 2 years, was member of the Premedica, and climbed her first 14er. Anna will work while preparing and applying for medical school. Zoe Winograd of Montgomery, Pennsylvania, worked as a veterinary technician, volunteered with Pets Forever, and enjoyed skiing. Zoe will attend CSU's Microbiology Immunology graduate program this fall and hopes to become a veterinary pathologist. Please recognize and thank all of our graduates from biomedical sciences. The following graduates of the Department of Environmental and Radiological Health Sciences will be greeted by Department Head Dr. Jack Nikoloff and Dr. Judy Heiderscheid. Congratulations will be offered by Dean Mark Stetter and college and university officials. Emily Kunis is from North Glen, Colorado. Emily participated in 3 alternative break programs, interned with the Tanana Chiefs Conference in Alaska, and completed a safety internship with the City of Fort Collins. Next, Emily will be a professional intern in occupational health and safety at Disney World before attending graduate school. Peter James Seal is from Fort Collins. PJ is earning a bachelor's degrees in environmental health and biomedical sciences, as well as a master's in health physics. He researched radiation in Fukushima, Japan, and completed a public health internship for Summit County. He's accepted a job with the Radiation Safety Department at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Paige Johnson is from Naperville, Illinois. Paige was a pharmacy technician at Walgreens and an environmental health and safety intern at the pharmaceutical company Tolmar. She held officer positions in the Environmental Health Student Association. Paige will start pharmacy school at the University of Colorado this fall. Kendall Lee Carlson is from Eaton, Colorado. Kendall volunteered for the City of Fort Collins Healthy in Homes program, interned with the University of Northern Colorado Environmental Health and Safety Department, and was secretary of the Environmental Health Student Association. Kendall is excited to start her career and spend time with families and friends and family. Julie Allison Smith is from Arvada, Colorado. Julie was an officer in the Environmental Health Student Association, volunteered with the City of Fort Collins Healthy Homes program, and interned at the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment. She plans on continuing her health and safety internship with Noble Energy while working toward her master's in public health. Zane Kudek is from Colorado Springs. Zane was president of the Environmental Health Student Association, a tutor for physiology, and he interned at the National Renewable Energy Lab. Zane will start dental school at the University of Southern California this fall. Amanda Carolyn Burke is from Colorado Springs. Amanda was a member of Zeta Tau Alpha fraternity, interned at the City of Fort Collins Water Treatment Facility, and worked at the Fort Collins Country Club. Amanda has accepted a safety internship with Interstates, an electrical construction company. Alexandra Amy Dressler is from Arvada, Colorado. Allie studied abroad with Semester at Sea, joined the sorority Pi Beta Phi, raced on the CSU cycling team, volunteered in an industrial hygiene lab, and interned at the EPA. Allie plans to work in water quality and then attend graduate school. Sage Amelia Sellers is from Manville, Louisiana. At CSU, Sage found her passion for the environment, created opportunities through volunteering, started the Students of Science Association, and opened her own small business. Sage has accepted an internship with Larimer County Department of Health and Environment. Ann Melnick is from Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. She had the most fun conducting research in chemistry and environmental health and enjoyed her time as a TA for microbiology lab and epidemiology. This fall, Ann will begin her PhD in atmospheric chemistry at the University of California, Irvine. Piane Andrea Faye is from Thailand. A favorite college memory of hers is participating in an art mentoring group where they made one large painting together. She also participated in Tour de Fête and an anime convention with her friends. She will complete an internship in environmental health this summer. Aletta Eagle Kosakowicz is from New Paltz, New York. Aletta's college highlights include seeing Lion King on Broadway, interning at a wildlife rehabilitation center, and marrying her best friend and soulmate. She intends to build a career, spend time with family and friends, and take her dog on many adventures. Anna Kay Edward Wickham is from Vail, Colorado. Annie enjoyed spending time in the mountains, yoga, working in a lab, and conducting research, and her role as president of the Environmental Health Student Association. She plans to travel and spend time with her family, friends, and her dog, and eventually plans to enter graduate school. Eric Hiroshi Tokiyama is from Parker, Colorado. Eric enjoys hiking and completed a research internship with the University of Georgia Savannah River Ecology Lab, where he studied accumulation of contaminants in stream macroinvertebrates. He is currently searching for a job in the environmental health field. Kaizu Rianne Kleen is from Monrovia, California. She was a member of the service fraternity Alpha Phi Omega and for 4 years. Other college highlights include seeing Young the Giant at Red Rocks, climbing her first 14er, and discovering her love of hockey. Go Avs. She will complete an internship in occupational health and safety this summer. Kaylee Elizabeth Yarborough is from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Kaylee has enjoyed volunteering, exercise, personal research, and participating in ROTC. Kaylee will be serving as an active duty chemical officer in the United States Army, first as an instructor at Fort Knox before she heads to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri for training. Jessica Marie Nunez from Hendersonville, North Carolina. Jessica enjoyed hiking, fly fishing, natural hot springs, and camping during her time in Colorado. She plans to pursue a master's at CSU dealing in hygiene, industrial hygiene, or disease research. Please join me in congratulating our environmental health graduates. The following graduates of the Department of Microbiology, Immunology, and Pathology will be greeted by Department Head Dr. Greg Dean and Associate Department Head Dr. Erica Suchman. Congratulations will be given by college and university officials. Shakota Dawn Dilley from Fairview, Oklahoma plans to take part in an HIV education and clinical work as a Peace Corps volunteer in Zambia after graduation. After completing this service, Shakota will continue her education by pursuing a graduate or law degree. Jessica Ann Gavert from Seattle, Washington is the president of the Microbiology Student Association and did research in Dr. Karen Dobos' lab. She enjoys hiking and rock climbing, and after graduation, Jessica will be pursuing a PhD in biomedical sciences at the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. Anna Marie Taylor Bailey from Colorado Springs, Colorado is thrilled to be completing a degree in microbiology. After graduation, Anna Marie is looking forward to starting a career as a microbiologist, owning her own business as a personal trainer, owning her own home, and spending more time with her loving partner, Garrett. Allison Miller from Loveland, Colorado, enjoys camping, mountain biking, and traveling to new places. After graduation, Allison is looking forward to traveling to Thailand, beginning a position as a laboratory technician at Labs 797, and adding a dog to her family. Trevor Richard Reimerson from Durango, Colorado started his journey at CSU as a microbiology major and hasn't looked back. Trevor enjoys kickboxing and rock climbing and is looking forward to applying to medical school after graduation. Edward Kendall from Fort Collins, Colorado served in the Associated Students of CSU, was resident assistant, and earned his pilot certificate during his time on campus. Edward has grown as an academic, individual, and a professional at CSU, and after graduation, he will be looking for employment that blends the technical and social skills he's learned here as a student. Taylor Nicole Jorgensen from Englewood, Colorado, enjoys hiking, volunteering, and laboratory research. After graduation, Taylor plans to attend medical school and become an emergency physician. Taylor Lee Higbee from Pocatello, Idaho, is proud to say that while in college he wrestled on scholarship for Western Wyoming, joined Alpha Sigma Phi fraternity, and ran his first half marathon with his mom. After graduation, Taylor plans to attend graduate school and pursue his dream of becoming a doctor of physical therapy. Jessica Ann Herrera from Santa Clara, California, is passionate about sharing her knowledge of microbiology with others. While at CSU, she served as a teaching assistant, participated in outreach events, and won first place for her research presentation at Murals. After graduation, Jessica plans on working as a medical laboratory scientist. Jordan Sierra Rose Williams from Denver, Colorado, served as the Community Service Chair with the Black Student Alliance and as a peer mentor in the Black African American Cultural Center. Following graduation, Jordan plans to take a year to gain work experience and travel before applying to graduate school. Dushik W. Scott from Denver, Colorado, is graduating with a major in microbiology and a minor in food science. After graduation, she will continue to research tuberculosis in a local laboratory before pursuing a postgraduate degree. Alexander Hinselman from Castle Rock, Colorado, is an active member of the CSU community. He enjoyed being on the lacrosse team, playing intramural sports, and working at CAM's lobby shop. After graduation, Alexander is looking forward to making a cross-country move to Atlanta, Georgia to embark on his next adventure. Samantha Jean Atkinson from Hawaii is graduating with a major in microbiology and a minor in Japanese. Following graduation, Samantha will be working as a spinal technician at the Spine Correction Center of the Rockies and pursuing a Master's of Science in Kinesiology at California Baptist University. Jessica Ann Taylor from Louisville, Colorado, is passionate about helping others. Jessica worked for a biopharmaceutical company, shadowed medical professionals at Poudre Valley Hospital, and volunteered at Fort Collins Rescue Mission. After graduation, Jessica plans to spend time with her husky and attend diagnostic medical sonography school. Alexander Stevens from Estes Park, Colorado, learned to be a gentleman and a scholar here at CSU. Alexander is grateful for the friends that he has made and will look back fondly on his time at CSU. After graduation, Alexander plans to apply to medical school, and he would like to dedicate this to his grandfather, who passed this week. Robin Harley Blackwood from Boulder, Colorado, is thrilled to be graduating with a degree in microbiology. Some of Robin's most memorable experiences at CSU include participating in biochemistry research, mountain biking, and going on adventures with friends. After graduation, Robin plans to enroll in the medical laboratory science program. Lucy Louise Robb from Duluth, Minnesota, served as a teaching assistant, a researcher in Dr. Rebecca Kading's lab, and is a member of the Pre-Medica and also working as a CNA. After graduation, Lucy plans to attend medical school to pursue a career as a physician after taking some time off to work at the CDC in a one-year training fellowship in virology. Robin Nicole Faulkner from Spokane, Washington, transferred to CSU from Hawaii Pacific University as a junior. During her time at CSU, Robin volunteered at Poudre Valley Hospital and traveled to Europe. After graduation, she plans to work a year before attending medical school. Samantha Lee Tanner from Castle Rock, Colorado, started her laboratory research freshman year. Her experience in the lab focused on plant pathology and tuberculosis research. While at CSU, Samantha climbed her first 512 and completed 4 Tough Mudder races. Following graduation, Samantha will be taking time to work, travel, and climb before going to medical school. Sienna Rose Hoffman from Grass Valley, California, has enjoyed many adventures while at CSU. When she is not working in a research lab on campus, you can find her climbing or backpacking with her dog Einstein. After graduation, she will be moved to Portland and begin applying to nursing or PA school. Morgan Catherine Berner from Edinburgh, Texas, is graduating with a double major in microbiology and zoology. After graduation, Morgan will work as a veterinary technician at South Mesa Veterinary Hospital and plans on returning to CSU to complete a master's program in reproductive technologies, followed by veterinary school. Okay, Mackenzie M. Fulser from Huntley, Illinois, is a member of the University Honors Program. She is a double major in microbiology and biomedical sciences today. She also was on the University Technology Fee Advisory Board and the CVMBS College Council. She also worked in Dr. Noreen Rees' research lab over her time here at CSU. And after graduation, she will begin a position as a research assistant studying osteoporosis and bone biology at the Mayo Clinic. Blair McNeil from Las Vegas, Nevada, is a member of the University Honors Program. She's chair of the University Technology Fee Advisory Board and secretary of the Pre-Vet Club. Blair is also a microbiology and biomedical sciences double major today. Blair worked in the Quackenbush and Santangelo research labs studying Zika virus and osteoporosis. She plans to spend the next year working as a veterinary microbiologist. Brooke McNeil from Las Vegas, Nevada, is a member of the University Honors Program, president of the CVMBS College Council, vice president of CSU Pre-Veterinary Club, and a tutor for Academic Advancement Center. Brooke is also a double major in microbiology and biomedical sciences. And after graduation, she will begin the next step of her professional journey as a veterinary student here at CSU. Rachel Lynn Washam from Loveland, Colorado, is a researcher in Karen Dobos's lab. She volunteered for UC Health. She was the publicity coordinator for the Microbiology Student Association and a member of the Fort Collins Running Club. After graduation, Rachel will continue with research at the Trauma Center of the Rockies and begin medical school in the fall of 2019. Tessa Lynn Lushaber from Littleton, Colorado, has been a member of the Colorado State Marching Band for 4 years. During her time at CSU, Tessa participated in the Women's March in Denver and climbed her first 14er. After graduation, she plans to work in the field of microbiology and apply to graduate school. Rosalina Delight Lunsford from Las Vegas, Nevada, is graduating with a major in microbiology and a minor in ethnic studies. Rosalina is an active member of the local community and has participated in outreach events such as CS Unity. After graduation, Rosalina will start her career and plan for the next step in her academic journey, graduate school. Lori Mack from Colorado Springs, Colorado, is graduating with a major in microbiology. After graduation, Lori will work as a laboratory technician and plans to continue her education in medical laboratory science. Brett Israel from Centennial, Colorado, is a member of Alpha Epsilon Pi fraternity and is extremely passionate about music. Brett has enjoyed being an active member of the Mark Zabel Lab, participating in prion research. After graduation, Brett is looking forward to embracing his creative side and embarking on the next step of his journey. Elizabeth Olivia Gordon from Columbus, Ohio, served as an undergraduate research fellow studying prions in Dr. Mark Zabel's lab. While at CSU, Elizabeth presented her research at Murals and CURC. She's looking forward to starting her career in infectious disease research after graduation. Jordan E. Cato from Littleton, Colorado is adventurous, passionate about his studies, and is grateful for the people he has met at CSU. Jordan plans to enter the food industry after graduation and pursue a graduate degree. Mackenzie Lynn Smith from Arvada, Colorado is a member of the Undergraduate Research Fellows Program in Microbiology, Immunology, Pathology Department. As a research fellow, Mackenzie has been an active member in the Microbial Genetics Laboratory team. After graduation, she plans to begin a career in the medical field. Please join me in congratulating our microbiology graduates. The following students will graduate from the undergraduate neuroscience program. This program is jointly sponsored by the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences and the College of Natural Sciences. Our graduates will be greeted by Dr. Carol Seeger and Dr. Philip Quirk, and congratulations will be offered by university and college officials. Deja Cooley from Colorado Springs is an honors scholar graduating with degrees in neuroscience and psychology. Deja served as president of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority and is a proud member of the Black Student Alliance and United Women of Color. Over the winter break, she traveled to Ghana to provide community service in the Learn and Serve program. She's currently applying to graduate programs in health and social psychology. Bethany Norwood of Colorado Springs is graduating with a degree in cell and molecular neuroscience with a minor in biochemistry. While at CSU, Bethany studied regulation of voltage-gated potassium channel in Mike Tampkin's lab. She volunteered at Poudre Valley Hospital and was an active member of the United Women of Color and the Black Student Alliance. After a nice vacation in Mexico, she will pursue a master's degree in biomedical sciences and then apply to medical school. Michaela Schumacher from Colorado Springs is graduating with a degree in behavioral and cognitive neuroscience, but spends her time at CSU studying potassium channels in neurons. She also volunteered for CS Unity, Brain Awareness Week, and became fluent in American Sign Language. After graduation, Michaela will travel to Greece, where she will do mission work and volunteer in schools for the deaf. Irina Amukhanova from Astana, Kazakhstan, studied cell and molecular neuroscience and worked in glutamate receptor trafficking in Fred Hornley's lab. She plans to build a career in biotech industry and eventually go back to school and earn a PhD. Elise Pfeiffer is from Salt Lake City, Utah. She earned her degree in behavioral and cognitive neuroscience. She worked with students in the dorms as a resident assistant and in the rec center managing the climbing wall. She competed with the CSU team in the Collegiate Climbing Nationals and took first place at the February competition in Boulder. After graduation, she will pursue a career in occupational therapy. Connor Christensen, of Kansas City, Missouri, spent his spare time working in the Myers lab learning about regions of the frontal cortex that are impacted by chronic stress. This summer, Connor will begin a master's program in biomedical sciences with a specialty in neurobiology, and upon graduation will take a break from academics to serve humanity in an NGO and ultimately return to school to pursue a doctorate. Josh Kaplan from Denver is a University Honors Scholar and performed research on yeast prions in Dr. Eric Ross's lab. Josh is planning to move to California to work as a laboratory associate and pursue his passion for music. Ultimately, he will go back to school to pursue a doctorate and continue working in the life sciences. Taylor Campman is from Allen, Texas. Taylor is a member of the University Honors Program and the Kappa Sigma fraternity. He enjoyed his time volunteering with UC Health and Camp Wapi Wapi, which is a no-cost summer camp for children facing pediatric cancer and their siblings. He hopes to attend medical school and become a physician and ultimately teach medicine. Caitlin Black of Highlands Ranch was a youth mentor throughout her time at CSU and led trips through the Colorado wilderness. She's planning to work for 2 years after graduation and then to attend graduate programs in occupational therapy, where she plans to specialize in pediatric OT. Jane Gill is from Denver, and during her time here has worked in 3 different research labs. She completed an internship working with dolphins at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium and learned how to rock climb. After graduation, Jane is hoping to join the Peace Corps and serve in Western Africa. Savannah Regensberger of Johnstown, Colorado, worked in a neurophysiology lab and spent her summers on internships at the Brain Treatment Center in San Diego. She also enjoyed hiking with friends and became a yoga instructor. Savannah is now off to UC Irvine, where she will begin a master's program in biotechnology focused on stem cell research and will ultimately pursue a degree in medicine. Avery Scott of Estes Park is an honors scholar who worked as a research assistant in a neurophysiology lab in the psychology department. She was also a teaching assistant for the mind, brain, and behavior class. One of Avery's memorable experiences was spending a summer studying medical practice and policy in Copenhagen. After graduation, she will take a year off to travel before attending medical school. Addison Lee Barbineau is from Parker, Colorado, and studied cognitive neuroscience in the Rhodes Laboratory. She was a TA for the Science of Learning class and for cell biology. She has been accepted to a PhD program in cognitive psychology at Texas Christian University and will begin that journey this fall. Angel Truel of Longmont, Colorado, was a teaching assistant for genetics and volunteered during fall cleanup. While here, she obtained her CNA certificate and worked in an Alzheimer's unit. After graduation, she is off to Anschutz Medical Campus to start working on her doctorate in pharmacy at the Skaggs School of Pharmacy. Stephanie T. from Colorado Springs volunteered in the Brainwaves Research Lab for several years, assisted with Brain Awareness Week, and was a neuroanatomy teaching assistant. She has a keen interest in bioinformatics and plans to pursue graduate training that will lead to a career in that field. Laura Hogue from Longmont, Colorado, is graduating with degrees in cell and molecular neuroscience with minors in biomedical sciences and biochemistry. While at CSU, she conducted research on retinal photoreceptors in the V-Lab and completed an internship at Vivaldi Biosciences. She plans to build a research career in the life sciences industry. Amelia Chu from Estes Park, Colorado, is also a member of the University Honors Program. While at CSU, she worked for 3 years in a hospital emergency room, helped establish the Neuroscience Student Organization, performed dissections for the Human Gross Anatomy Lab, and volunteered in a variety of programs that brought neuroscience into K-12 classrooms. Amelia plans to take a couple years away from school to nourish her sense of adventure before applying to medical school. Darcy Reed from Fort Collins enjoyed her time at CSU studying behavioral and cognitive neuroscience, traveling, and reading. Her plans after graduation include spending some time away from the academic setting, but she'd like to return for graduate training eventually. Rebecca Mears from Aurora, Colorado, spent her time at CSU learning how to belly dance and investigating how movement therapies, like dance, can help people with nervous system disorders like Parkinson's disease. She hopes to take a little time away from school after graduation, but would ultimately like to return for certification as a dance and movement therapist. Caitlin Stiles of Phoenix, Arizona, studied behavioral and cognitive neuroscience and is a member of the National Association of American Scholars. During her time at CSU, she was heavily involved with volunteer work and was a member of the CSU polo team. After graduation, Caitlin hopes to become a physician assistant specializing in neurology. Trenton Leffel is from Milton, Wisconsin. While at CSU, he performed in the marching band, brought neuroscience into K-12 classrooms during Brain Awareness Week, and volunteered in helping people with disabilities. After graduation, he plans to take a year away from academics before attending pharmacy school. Please join me in congratulating all of our neuroscience graduates.
On behalf of the entire College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Science, I extend to all of you, our 2018 class, congratulations, job well done. Now I'd like to take a moment to pay tribute to a vital force here at the university, a force which each one of you are now part of. I'm referring to the Colorado State University Alumni Association, and I'm very pleased to have our very own Dr. Phil Quirk, CSU alum, to induct you as alumni.
Hello again. As was just mentioned, my name is Phil Quirk. Some years ago, I was sitting where you are now, not exactly, because I wasn't in this room, but on this campus. So sitting pretty much where you are now. I'll never forget exactly how excited and proud I felt to finally get the diploma in my hand, but I also remember feeling a little sentimental about leaving this beautiful campus. Not quite as beautiful today as normal, but it's a beautiful campus. And jumping into real life, leaving behind some of the greatest times of my life at Colorado State University. It may be time for you all to write that next chapter, tackle the next adventure, and live your purpose. Everyone sitting here has a different path and future ahead, but whether you stay in Fort Collins or travel to the far ends of the world, you all have one important thing in common with each other, and with more than 220,000 others out there who have come before you. You are all alumni of Colorado State, and like those rows of American elm trees on the oval, you are rooted here. This is a special place, and it will always be your home. I'd like to be the first to welcome you to the alumni family. You join poets and scientists, teachers and engineers, food producers, care providers, and entrepreneurs. When you leave this campus, be assured your university will not leave you. No matter where your personal and professional journey takes you, know that the CSU Alumni Association, your college, and your former professors will be here for you every step of the way. Congratulations on a job well done. Go Rams!
Thanks very much, Phil. Our college is routinely rated one of the top 3 colleges in the country, if not the world. And there are a great many things that must come together to provide that level of excellence. 2 of the most critical elements are our students and our faculty and staff. I know we have the very best in all of these categories. I'd like to take a moment and ask all the faculty and staff to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. So I'm going to go a little off script for a moment, which always makes several individuals kind of scared, but it'll be okay. I'm going to ask the graduates to rise one more time. And I'm going to ask you to imagine that you might have a cold glass of champagne in your glass and raise it for me in the air. And I'm going to ask you to toast all of the individuals, family, friends, that have joined us today, that might not have been able to join us today, but that have helped you in your many, many years to get into college and to get through this program. We toast all of you in this room that have helped make that happen, and we thank you for all of your support through the years. Cheers. Maybe you can do a real toast a little bit later. The mission of our college is to improve the health of animals, people, and the planet through innovative teaching, research, outreach, and clinical service. Through our actions, we empower the next generation of leaders to change the world. So let me repeat that very last part. We empower the next generation of leaders to change the world. Graduates, I hope you feel empowered and are excited about the future. We look forward to seeing the great things that you will do to help animals, people, and the planet. I'm going to ask the audience to remain seated while the platform committee, the faculty, and our graduates leave as we play our alma mater. Thanks again for being part of this wonderful ceremony today.